One of the best benefits of riches not being in niches, and if you want to emulate what we're doing, which is solving a target problem for a lot of different industries, it is so much fun. So how do you turn your business into an actual brand? Well, my name is Bijal Patel, and I've had 13 years of corporate experience working at big Fortune 500 companies, and I'm taking all of that juicy firsthand experience and have brought it into my company Launch. Within this podcast, you're going to learn about branding, vision, identity, mindset, and how to scale your business to the next level. So let's go ahead and own your brand. Riches are not in the niches, and I'm going to explain this to you. Most people online just refer to the fact that riches are in the niches because it is easy. It is easy to have a target industry that you serve. So that whole joke online about coaches who serve coaches who serve coaches who serve coaches, there's a reason for that. It's so easy. If you are your same avatar, that's the most easy thing to do because you know what the feelings that person went through. You know the pain points they've had. You know the solution to their problems. You know what they're thinking, and you know their exact language, AKA brand messaging, and how to say it to them because you used to be them. All you have to do is rewind the tape backward in your life and your personal story, and you can see exactly who that person is. Or even if you're not your exact avatar, but let's say you're focused on somebody really specific, like, hey, I help fitness pros. Okay, cool. Well, you know exactly how to talk to them. That's one industry. They have a set of languaging they use. They have jargon they use. They have a specific model that you can design to, and it makes your job really easy. So riches are in the niches in the sense of it's easier. So when you target towards that one industry, you can go to their events. You can target them online with even your ads and your pixel and your audience, target audience even better. You can buy lists. You can ask to speak and sponsor one of their conferences and go get a table there and be able to go talk to everybody who's in the fitness industry. You could write a book that says coaching for fit pros for the fitness industry. You can go around the local neighborhood that you live in, the city that you live in, and go to everyone who has that location. So these people who are all a part of a certain industry tend to have associations and trade shows and specific things and languaging that they use, and even interests. They might have public figures that they all like to follow. If they're all following the same people and then you start targeting that same audience, you start retargeting YouTube using those people, you start emulating their languaging and their brand tone of voice and messaging and how they show up with their brand, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start to be able to appeal to that same market share. But the reason I'm not saying riches are just in the niches is riches are also in solving a target problem. So you can either solve a problem for a target industry, or you can do what we do as Launch, where we solve a target problem for a number of industries. So I was just teaching somebody who's in my following and my audience asked me the question, Bijal, what do I do? Because I have so many different ranges. I help plumbers, but I also help coaches, and I also help home renovation people. And it was like this really, really random mix of people that this person helped. And he's like, the thing that's crazy is even though I help the plumbing industry the most, the people that I'm the most profitable after are these like coaches and stuff. So how can I even show up in the world when I don't have this niche that I can speak to the same way? And what I shared with him is like at Launch, we help a variety of different people. We help multiple 6, multiple 7, multiple 8-figure coaches and consultants and service providers. We help agencies. We've worked with a ton of digital marketing agencies. I've done martial arts studios that have brick and mortars that are big franchise. I've done financial planners and financial advisors and how they work in the world. I've worked with, who am I working with recently? Energy healers who are like helping people define why were they put on this planet and get to that next vibration level by using spiritual healing and using nutrition to get into the depth and heal all of these wounds they've had. The sky, literally, like there's almost, we've done fitness pros before, literally everyone. Done a photography studio that's based out of Maine. It's just crazy. Our range is impeccable. And the reason our range is impeccable is we have our brand influencer process really dialed in. I have an 8-week framework that's almost like scientific in terms of the ability to put people through our system, a proven framework that I got from 13 years of being a successful commercial interior designer in corporate America. I worked for really, really big household names like Bank of America, Heinz, CBRE, big commercial real estate people, Johnson & Johnson, like household names that you've heard of. And I've won design awards for them. So when I was able to observe how do these enormous brands that are Fortune 500 companies who have not millions of dollars of revenue that online companies like to stunt on, I'm talking about billions of dollars of company, gone to lunch with these billionaires and picked their brains and learned what are their problems at their company? What's the issue with the organization at large? How do we translate this design into the vision and the culture and the mission that they really want to be known for? Hey, real quick, if you've gotten even one piece of gold from this podcast and you're finally starting to understand how branding and brand strategy is going to take you to the next level, would you do me a favor and either subscribe or leave us a review? That would be so amazing. Share it with a friend, send it to somebody who needs this, and let's get back to the show. How can we tune up their core values so that people in the organization actually follow it? So that they can not only retain their A players, but they can continue to train them to get to their next levels. Because when you have A players on the team, you want to be able to get to that next level. They want to continue to grow. And a lot of times these companies are trying to figure out, how do I consistently spread that brand back into our building? How do I spread our culture through not 5 people or 10 people? How do I spread it through 5,000 people? So I was able to distill that 13 years plus knowledge that I had into an 8-week format that we've helped hundreds of business owners. So we work with a lot of digital business owners, online businesses, but we also do some brick and mortar because we have a proven ability to take someone's business and extract out, hey, what do you really stand for? Where's the offer here? Where's the opportunity? How can we dial in what you do with the messaging that you do it in a way that hits home with your audience in a completely differentiated way? How do we define your secret sauce so you can go out into the world and easily tell them and grow your audience, grow your following, get more clients that you actually enjoy serving? How do you do that in a way that feels super aligned to what you were put on this planet to do? So when you're able to do that through our program, through our 8 weeks, you can start to realize that, like, wow, okay, this is where I'm differentiated. This is how I'm positioned out in the world. This is what makes me unique and different. And now you can also have a system that you say, hey, I have a proven framework strategy like I do with Brandfluencer to be able to solve my target industry, my target problem. Doesn't matter what your industry is. Here's the industries I love to serve. One of the best benefits of riches not being in niches, and if you want to emulate what we're doing, which is solving a target problem for a lot of different industries, it is so much fun. It is so much fun to be able to solve a problem. I'm working with a decluttering club right now, and she is phenomenal. And literally, she teaches hundreds of thousands of people and mostly women, how to declutter their home so they can feel better about their self-worth. I'm working with a man right now who's building an amazing brand that's all about performance mindset and personal branding and everything that's required, the habits and the belief system and the behavior that's required to be a strong male in today's world where the males are getting lost and roles are switching and men are not feeling as actually empowered as they used to. He's able to bring their drive and their focus and their self-belief and their confidence back up. And it's incredible to see what he's able to do with that brand. Those are as different can be. And yet we're able to help them because we have a proven system. So the coolest thing about that is every day is fun. Every day of what we get to do and who we get to serve, we get to solve different problems for different niches because our clients are all different. We get to examine different messaging because they are all so unique. We get to do deep dives into their research. We do research of competitive analysis for our clients to say, who else is competing in this space directly with you and who might be indirectly competing with you? And then the coolest thing we can do is we take and borrow from one industry and we apply it to another. So if I'm like, hey, by the way, this is working really well in the consulting space, like 8-figure consultants are using this as a new strategy for their marketing, why don't I bring this over here to somebody who might be business to consumer, like the Decluttering Club is, and to say, hey, did you know if you applied something like this and we changed the way that we're formatting your offers, that this could really help drive your business and increase more attention and get you more of the conversions that you're looking for? How can we work on this so we can drive up your margins so that you have the, B2C, business to consumer, or business to customer, whichever way you want to say it, has better margins compared to what somebody might be doing in a B2B that's completely different. So being able to like beg, borrow, steal, because we have studied across all of these different industries, we get to innovate and we get to disrupt all of those industries altogether. So to recap, I don't believe that riches are just in the niches. I think it's a possibility. I think it's something that used to be on trend in 2020. But if you're like me and you want to be an industry disruptor and you want to be the change in the world, not somebody who follows and models the change, then listen up. You can serve whoever you really like to. Because at the end of the day, your brand's vision should be defined by who your most what your most ideal. At the end of the day, your brand should be defined by who your client avatar is and who is the most ideal person for that. Who is a client you would pay? Imagine for a second, who would you pay? That is a person we want to define it, not based on what the industry is. And if you love to have fun by looking and working and studying all these different solutions, I invite you to ditch that whole concept and know and stay steadfast in the belief that's true, and you can get lots of success by this by solving a target industry problem.